Today, we're talking about a huge shift in artificial intelligence. Seriously, this is a move beyond just giving simple commands to something that's going to fundamentally change how we all work. We are right at the beginning, at the dawn of the AI coworker.
Look, for the past couple of years, we've all gotten used to AI assistants, right? They can help you draft an email, maybe answer a quick question. They're helpful tools. But the real question, the one every single major tech company is racing to answer, is what comes next? What's the real game changer? Okay, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at the next giant leap for AI. Then, we'll introduce you to these new AI coworkers coming from places like OpenAI. After that, we'll get into the industry-wide race to build these things, the entire ecosystem popping up to support them. And we'll wrap up with the big one. What does this all mean for our jobs? So let's jump right in. The evolution we're seeing right now is from a passive assistant, one that basically waits for you to tell it what to do, to a proactive agent that can get things done all on its own. This quote from OpenAI really nails it. It cuts right to the heart of the problem. They're saying the bottleneck isn't making the AI models smarter. We're already there. The real challenge is making them useful. It's about letting them actually take the wheel and perform real tasks inside our companies.
And that brings us to this term agentic AI. We're not talking about simple one-off tasks like writing a sentence. This is about giving the AI a goal, say resolve this customer's problem or prepare the quarterly sales report, and then letting it autonomously figure out and execute all the different steps it needs to take to get there.
So, if that's the big idea, who's actually making it happen? Well, let's start with OpenAI, because they aren't just thinking about building better tools. No, they are envisioning entire digital employees.
And their big answer is a platform with a pretty revealing name, Frontier. It's designed from the ground up to let businesses build, deploy, and manage their own AI coworkers that can handle really complex end-to-end jobs. So what does this actually look like day to day? Okay, imagine this. A customer has an issue. An AI coworker doesn't just draft a simple reply. No, it dives into your company's CRM to get the customer's full history. It cross-references the problem with your internal policies. It files the resolution once it's done. And this is the key part. It only loops in a human manager if it runs into something it can't handle. That's real automation.
And make no mistake, this is not just another software update. This is a fundamental change in how a business runs. As the global managing partner at McKinsey points out, you have to completely rewire your business. That's exactly why huge consulting firms like BCG and McKinsey have already formed frontier alliances with OpenAI. Their whole job is to help companies manage this massive shift.
But let's be clear, this is not just an OpenAI story. Not at all. What we're actually seeing is a full-blown arms race across the entire tech industry to create the winning platform for these new AI agents. I mean, just look at Microsoft. Their strategy is basically pure saturation. They want to embed these agent capabilities directly into Office and Windows, the tools that literally a billion of us already use every single day. And the announcements are just flying out. We're talking about a new project manager agent, agents that can analyze entire folders for you in OneDrive, a version of Copilot in PowerPoint you can actually have a conversation with to build an entire presentation. And maybe the wildest part? They're building agents that can coordinate with each other to tackle even bigger, more complex problems. This whole revolution is even changing how software itself gets made. Over at GitHub, which of course is owned by Microsoft, the tool Copilot is evolving from just being a really smart autocomplete into a genuine coding partner. So think about what this means. Instead of a developer grabbing a bug report from Jira, they can now just assign it directly to the Copilot agent, and it will draft the code to fix it. This is all running on what they call a new agentic architecture, and it's powered by OpenAI's latest model, GPT 5.4. So here's just a quick snapshot of the battleground. You've got Microsoft's Copilot Studio, which is aimed at IT admins who want to plug agents into apps like Teams. Then you've got Google's Agent Designer, which lets pretty much any employee build their own agent with a visual tool. And then there's OpenAI's Frontier, targeting those huge top-down transformations led by consultants. Everyone is coming at the same goal, just from a slightly different angle. But, building millions of new digital workers, that's only half the battle. You also have to build the entire city around them, all the infrastructure you need to manage this completely new type of workforce. Okay, let's talk about two of the biggest hurdles here. First, security.
I mean, how do you safely let an autonomous agent have access to all your sensitive company data? Well, companies like AWS and Microsoft are already rolling out tools to monitor AI agents just like their human employees. And second, cost. These things can get expensive to run, so platforms like Snowflake are creating new ways to track spending and even automatically kill a process if it starts to go over budget. And just like any employee, these agents need to constantly learn new skills. And how do they do that? By getting access to more data. Think of these data connectors as training courses for the AI. Google is connecting its AI to learn from GitHub. Databricks is teaching agents how to securely get into Google Drive. Microsoft is letting Copilot learn from all the data in SharePoint. Every single new connection makes the agent that much more capable. All right, so all of this tech, all of this investment, it all leads us to the final, and let's be honest, the most personal question of all. With the rise of the AI coworker, what happens to us? This really isn't about replacing people wholesale. It's about a massive redefinition of our roles. For developers, the agents will automate the tedious coding. For project managers, they'll handle the endless scheduling and follow-up. For analysts, they'll synthesize the raw data. This frees up us humans to focus on the stuff AI just can't do. The most valuable skills are going to be high-level strategy, creative problem-solving, and the emotional intelligence you need to lead a team of both people and AIs. So, let's wrap this up with the most important things to remember. First, that jump from passive AI assistants to proactive AI agents, it's the single biggest thing happening in tech right now. Second, every major company is in an all-out arms race to win this space. Third, a whole new infrastructure is being built to support this digital workforce. And finally, these AI coworkers are absolutely going to change the very nature of our daily work. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. As these incredibly powerful autonomous systems become our colleagues, we're going to have to totally rethink what words like management, responsibility, and even teamwork actually mean. So, when your coworker is an AI, who exactly is the boss?